Hello friends, have you ever wondered where the cast of Dances with Wolves 1990? In this video, you will see how have the actors of the movie Dances with Wolves 1990 changed. You will know their real names and age. I will show you how they looked then, in 1990, and what's with them now, in 2025. Okay, let's go. Floyd Red Crow Westerman as 10 Bears. Age filming, 54 years old. Floyd Red Crow Westerman had already enjoyed a well-established career as a musician and activist by the time he appeared in Dances with Wolves. His first album, Custer Died for Your Sins, was released in 1969. He went on to collaborate and tour with the likes of Sting, Harry Belafonte, Willie Nelson, Bonnie Raitt, Joni Mitchell, Chris Christopherson, Jackson Browne, and Buffy Sainte-Marie. His first credited acting role arrived in 1988, when he played two eagles on MacGyver. Westerman stayed busy right up until his death from leukemia in 2007 at age 71. Rodney A. Grant as Wind in His Hair. Age filming, 31 years old. After watching Sam Waterston play a Native American in 1979's Eagle's Wing, Omaha tribe member Rodney A. Grant knew he had to go to LA and bring some authenticity to the film industry. After a few minor roles, he broke through to the big time when he was cast in Wolves as Wind in His Hair. Not one to rely on Hollywood for a career, he also worked as a furniture mover when Wolves hit the big screen. Grant has been busy on screen as well. However, the last few decades have seen him appear in everything from sci-fi projects like Stargate SG-1 to dramas like Don't Come Knocking. Now he's 66. Jimmy Herman as Stone Calf. Age filming, 50 years old. Aboriginal Canadian Jimmy Herman got interested in acting when he appeared in a Yellow Pages ad. He then worked as a narrator for the Native Counseling Services of Alberta. Bit by bit and part by part, Herman increased his profile as a performer until he got his big break when he was cast as the elder warrior Stone Calf in Dances with Wolves. Over the next 17 years, Herman worked on over 40 projects, including playing a bartender in John Frankenheimer's Reindeer Games and appearing in a guest spot on The X-Files. Herman died in 2013 of a heart attack at the age of 72. Charles Rocket as Lieutenant Elgin. Age filming, 41 years old. Born Charles Adams Claverie, Charles Rocket rocketed, pardon the pun, to early stardom as a local TV news anchor in Colorado and Nashville. He then utilized his good humor and looks to land on Saturday Night Live for the 1980-1981 season. But after he dropped the F-bomb on air, he and a few other cast members, including Gilbert Gottfried, were let go after one season. That dismissal did little to slow him down, as Rocket followed it up with a steady mix of TV, Max Headroom, moonlighting, and film work. Dances with Wolves, Earth Girls Are Easy, Hocus Pocus, Dumb and Dumber. Sadly, Rocket killed himself in 2005 at the age of 56. Nathan Lee Chasing His Horse as Smiles A Lot. Age filming, 14 years old. Nathan Lee Chasing His Horse, also known as Nathan Chasing Horse, born on the Rosebud Lakota Sioux Reservation, popped up in a few TV movies after appearing in Dances with Wolves. In 2015, Chasing Horse ran afoul of the Fort Peck Reservation, and was banned from ever returning. Accusations of human trafficking, drug dealing, spiritual abuse, and intimidation of tribal members were cited as motivation for the ban. Now he is 48. Graham Greene as Kicking Bird. Age filming, 38 years old. Graham Greene gives one of the most soulful performances in Dances with Wolves, with Greene later receiving an Academy Award nod for Best Supporting Actor. The actor made a habit of stealing movies, which include Thunder Heart, Die Hard with a Vengeance, The Twilight Saga, New Moon and 2017's Wind River, in addition to shows like Longmire, which had a moving finale, and American Gods. Now he is 73. Buck and Teddy as Two Socks. Born the 29th of October 1904, John Dunbar finds his spirituality through literally dancing with wolves, which is, of course, how he gets his name. There is only one wolf character, Two Socks, in the film, but he was played by two different gray timber wolves, Teddy and Buck. Teddy did a majority of the work, with Buck serving as backup. This wasn't the only time the canine pair would work together. In fact, they were practically a double act. The two wolves paired up again for an episode of Star Trek, The Next Generation, as well as 1994's The Jungle Book. After enjoying their long Hollywood career, the two wolves hung up their dancing and acting shoes and retired to California's Wolf Mountain Sanctuary. Teddy passed away around 1997, and Buck followed the year after. Robert Patarelli as Timmons, age filming, 36 years old. In a film without much room for laughter, Robert Patarelli definitely brought some much-needed comic relief to Dances with Wolves as Costner's flatulent wagon chauffeur. Timmons. In 1999, Patarelli's girlfriend and the mother of his child, Chermon Janovich, died under mysterious circumstances. Authorities eventually determined that she had killed herself. Patarelli's life and career deteriorated sharply thereafter. In 2004, Patarelli overdosed on drugs and died March 8, 2004 at the age of 49. It was eventually revealed that at the time of his death, he had been a suspect in Janovich's death. Kevin Costner as Lieutenant John Dunbar, age filming, 35 years old. Dances with Wolves, which earned him 2 Oscars. He reached the apex of his craft after only a decade. From 1987 to 1993, Kevin Costner was on top of the cinematic world. Crowd pleasers mixed with prestige projects in his filmography, garnering him praise from critics and big box office receipts. Thanks to fans, his breakout role of Elliot Ness in 1987's The Untouchables snagged him major attention, which was followed by a string of now-classic films including No Way Out, Bull Durham, Field of Dreams, JFK, The Bodyguard, and A Perfect World. Now he is 70. Tantoo Cardinal as Black Shawl, age filming, 40 years old. Rosemarie Cardinal was dubbed Tantoo by her grandmother after the insect repellent they used while picking blueberries together in her youth. That's not the only thing she gave young Tantoo. She also blessed her granddaughter with an appreciation of her Cree and Métis ancestry and an interest in acting. Cardinal went on to appear in such hits as Legends of the Fall, Smoke Signals, and Wind River. Cardinal has won numerous accolades for her work. She took home the prestigious Earl Grey Award from the Canadian Screen Awards in 2017, and was made a member of the Order of Canada, one of the country's highest civilian honors, in 2009. Now she is 75. Maury Chaykin as Major Fambrow, age filming, 41 years old. Brooklyn-born Maury Chaykin often played outsized characters. His brief but highly tense scene in Dances with Wolves ended up being one of his most memorable roles. Other works of note included parts in War Games, My Cousin Vinny, Owning Mahoney, and a memorably Harvey Weinstein-esque character named Harvey Weingard on HBO's Entourage. Busy until the very end, Chaykin passed away in 2010 on his 61st birthday, due to complications of a heart valve infection. Michael Spears as Otter, age filming, 13 years old. Michael Spears made his screen debut by beating out 500 other boys for the role of playful young tribe member Otter in Dances with Wolves. He has gone on to act in over 20 projects, many in the Western genre. He even reunited with fellow castmates Nathan Lee chasing his horse and Graham Greene in a number of projects, including the acclaimed 2005 TNT series Into the West. Now he is 48. Mary McDonnell as Stands with a Fist, age filming, 38 years old. Mary McDonnell played Stands with a Fist in the movie, who eventually becomes Dunbar's wife. After 20 years on stage and TV, the early 1990s brought new fame and acclaim to Mary McDonnell. She was twice nominated for Best Actress at the Academy Awards. The first nomination honored her portrayal of Stands with a Fist in Dances with Wolves, while the second arrived 2 years later for her performance as May Alice Culhane in 1993's Passion Fish. She has played strong, multi-dimensional female characters on screens big and small, including the First Lady in Independence Day, fan-favorite President Laura Roslin on the beloved sci-fi series Battlestar Galactica. McDonnell has made a sterling career out of playing complex women in unique situations. Now she is 73. Tony Pierce as Spivey. Tony Pierce's Spivey is the sort of character you love to hate. An army soldier with a disdain for the native-friendly Dunbar and everything he stands for. He makes quite the splash in the film's final act. Pierce has had a decent run of supporting work, playing wise guys and intense weirdos in such films as For the Boys and Big Bully opposite Rick Moranis. Pierce hasn't acted on screen since 2015. Kirk Baltz as Edwards, age filming, 31 years old. Kirk Baltz has not only earned high praise for his acting skills, but for his work as a teacher and coach as well. When Baltz enters a scene, the brash and mouthy actor's presence is immediately felt. His most memorable role is likely the beleaguered police officer Marvin Nash, who is bound to a chair, tortured, and ultimately has his ear cut off to the sound of Stuck in the Middle with You. in Quentin Tarantino's Reservoir Dogs. Beyond this, Baltz has appeared on a slew of popular TV shows, including 24, The Division, and NCIS, Los Angeles. No, he is 66. Tom Everett as Sergeant Pepper. Age filming, 42 years old. Oregon native Tom Everett played the salty, battle-scarred soldier Sergeant Pepper, not to be confused with the Beatles' Lonely Hearts Club band leader. Everett is a graduate of the London Academy of Music and Dramatic Arts, and a lifetime member of the Actors Studio. He has built a robust career in supporting roles since the late 70s. In 2000, he reunited with Costner for the Cuban Missile Crisis thriller 13 Days, and recently appeared as Archbishop Tarazi on Hellstrom. In 1971, RCA released his one and only album, Porchlight on in Oregon, which is available for streaming. Now he is 77. Wes Studi as Toughest Pawnee. Age filming, 43 years old. Rounding out the Dances with Wolves cast is Wes Studi as Toughest Pawnee, and while not the biggest role in the movie, Studi still makes a major impression. Studi has since gone on to an impressive career, appearing in The Last of the Mohicans, which is easy to find online. Street Fighter. Geronimo, an American legend and soul, in addition to shows like Penny Dreadful and 2021's Reservation Dogs. Wes Studi has quite the resume both on and off the screen. In addition to being an actor, he is a horse trainer, stone carver, musician, children's author, the founder of a bilingual newspaper, a Vietnam War veteran, and an activist with the American Indian movement. Now he is 78. Annie Costner as Christine, stands with a fist. Born April 15, 1984. Age filming, 6 years old. Kevin Costner's eldest offspring, Annie Costner, landed her first role as a minor. She filled in Stands with a Fist's backstory by playing the heroine's childhood self. Costner later went on to act in 2 more of her dad's films, Waterworld and The Postman. In 2014, she co-founded Sound Off Films, a production company specializing in mission-driven content of all stripes. As part of Sound Off, Costner's work includes an ESPN 30 for 30 short about a short-lived 70s co-ed volleyball league entitled Bump Spike. Now she is 41 years old.